Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Talk Tissue. Today, we're excited to talk to Francesco Ponziani, who is the Vice President of OMET North America. So, Francesco, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. We're very excited to talk to you. We're so proud and excited to have OMET as part of the Tissue Online North America family.
Thank you, Brian. I'm very excited too to be here. Thank you very much for having us here.
Yeah, no problem. OMET is an interesting company, an Italian company with a presence in North America, very high-tech equipment that is very suitable for the North American market. Just a few weeks ago, or last week, we published a story about OMET's 10th anniversary in North America. So I just wanted to start off with that, give us a brief history about OMET's time in North America, and I'll let you have the floor.
Yes. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, OMET is a manufacturer of converting equipment, tissue converting equipment, and printing presses. Was established in 1963 in north of Italy. So we have almost 60 years of experience in the industry. And it's a romantic story. The founder started actually in his own garage. Oh. And from there now we have more than 500 employees worldwide. We have subsidiaries in all over the world. We are in China, India, Singapore, Spain, and United States. Okay. So I'm calling you now from Mount Prospect, Illinois. Okay. We're very close to O'Hare, and here we have our subsidiary for the North American market, OMET Americas Inc.
Okay, and it's mostly a sales office with some other capabilities.
Yes, it's a service center. In 2011 we established OMET Americas, and that's because we were expanding in North America. And we wanted to be closer to our clients, and so we established OMET Americas. And nowadays we have sales managers, okay. We have service technicians, we have parts specialists, we have product managers, project managers. So we can follow and help our clients in North America from the beginning of a project in the definition of all the technical specifications to installation, commissioning, training, repair, service support, and of course parts. We have a wide range of parts. We just relocated in a new, bigger facility with a bigger warehouse, so we can even increase our parts availability, and we can ship from here same day to all North America.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very convenient. I know a lot of North American customers like that convenience. A lot of the machinery is based out of Europe, but when a customer knows that their support, their service, and their parts are located here in North America with same day service, I mean, you can't beat that. So congratulations for your 10th anniversary.
Thank you.
So let's move on. I know it's very important for customers to know about your product offering, your machinery. I see you have some samples back there of some napkins that you can produce. So give us a little bit of a show and tell for the customers.
Sure. Yes, as I mentioned, we make equipment. So we make converting equipment for the production of different tissue products. So our equipment can make tissue napkins, tissue towels, facial tissues. So here, for example, I have some facial tissues. This is a V-fold, interfolded, and this can go in a box like this.
Okay.
That the client can pull like this, and we can offer the entire line. So we can offer also all the packaging equipment. So we offer the full line from a winder to the cartoner machine.
Wow. Okay.
Here we have other facial tissues. This is more in a flat box we go. Yep. You also 2-plies, V-fold, interfolded. Here we have some interfolded towels. See, you can pull it.
Yep.
second one comes out. This is a Z fold.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see if I can show you.
Hold it up a little higher. There you go. Ah, perfect. There's the Z. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's embossed as well. We can offer lamination, different type of lamination. We have point-to-point, random lamination, synchronized or nested lamination. We have printing as well. Here I can show you some example. Look how beautiful the napkins.
Wow.
These are lunch napkins, coin edge, and flexo, printed in flexo.
Yeah, that's amazing. I know there's a lot of specialty printing here in the US for, for anything really, for airline travel, for schools, for restaurants, and they all want their own special printing on there. So very
Absolutely. Here, look at this. I don't know if you recognize it.
Yeah, it's like a moped or a little scooter. Is that Italy?
The Vespa.
Oh, Vespa. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. This is printed in digital, 600 DPI. So, we OMET always try to be on the front hand with technology. So now we see more and more the needs also of providing clients with the possibility to print short runs in digital. Yeah. So this is an example. This is printed in flexo.
Yeah, it's very, very beautiful, very amazing quality.
Here is another example of flexo napkins, flexo printed napkins. This is folded 1/8. Instead, the other one was quarter folded. This is also quarter folded. This is a cocktail napkin, and it's this one was wrapped in plastic. This one is wrapped in with carton. We can also wrap in paper. This is getting more and more popular because of the environmental issues.
Sure. Yeah. Less plastic is what people are asking for nowadays.
Correct. Correct.
More paper.
This is also printed in digital. This is in flat pack configuration. This is in flexo, flat pack configuration, point embossing. And yes, these are napkins in a bullpack configuration. So we can provide almost anything. I mean, really, it's everything which is folded. We can provide an equipment that can make that product.
Sure. No, I mean, thank you for that demonstration. People watching clearly will notice, and those products, they're readily available here in the U.S. And a lot of people probably aren't as aware of where the machinery needed to make this equipment. It's a very specialized piece of equipment. Let's move into your machinery. Do you want to go over some of your machine options, some of the speeds, maybe some of the technological advantages that separate you from the competition?
Yes, absolutely. So one of the key aspects for us is productivity. Our machines are among the most productive in the industry. We are now patenting what I believe is the most productive napkin machine in the industry. It's called the XV and has a productivity of 25,000 napkins per minute.
25,000 napkins a minute.
Correct. Then also if I think of our interfolding line, our ASV, we can go to 1,000 feet per minute in production. So that's a very high speed for this type of products. And then in general, our connotation is with innovation and automation. We know how difficult it can be sometimes to find operators, and we know it's getting more and more difficult. Sure. So it's hard to find experienced operators that has experience of our industry. So we develop technology which can help our clients to overcome these issues. And so how we do this, we do by integrating our machine with electronics, sensors, photocells, load cells, servo motors, drives, PLC, and try to automate most possible and try to delegate all the adjustments that one time were done by experienced operators. To delegate all that to the machine. Absolutely. And then another key aspect is flexibility. All our equipment is very modular, so we can configure as you want. We are an engineering company at the end of the day, and so we can configure our machine based on the specific process of the client. So we can add an embosser, two embosser. We can add several printing units, lamination. We have all the drying capabilities. So, for example, if you're printing, you need to dry the ink sometimes, and then we can integrate our line with hot air dryer, with heated rollers, and then of course we have different options for the transfer section, wrapper, and cartoning machine. And everything can be also added in a second moment. So if a client buy an equipment in a certain configuration today, in the future can always add some additional units.
Yeah.
And the units, then some of the units are also interchangeable. So for example, if I think to folding heads, embossers, those can be interchanged in a matter of only a few minutes. And actually on our newest equipment, everything is done electronically from the HMI.
Sure.
So everything can be done. You can switch from a cutoff to another in a matter of really few seconds. Wow. Because everything is done from the HMI. Also, the type of fold can be adjusted directly from the HMI.
Wow. And you bring up a good point, Francesco. Earlier, you mentioned that it's getting harder and harder to source operators that, as the industry grows, that's going to stretch out the amount of people that are capable to operate this type of machinery, that have the know-how or know the products in general. So you're right. There's a necessity to make the machinery more technologically advanced and dummy proof for anyone operating it. So if I were to step in there and operate the machine, I could quickly learn how to run a machine. So I think that's ingenious what you brought up there. And I think that's fantastic to have that ability because there still are a lot of older equipment out there that are still running from the 60s, from the 70s, from the 80s, that are starting to come up for replacement. So an innovation such as OMET's technology would be fantastic in that sense.
Absolutely. That's because we are moving in that direction, because we listen to our clients, we know the struggles they have, and we try to help them.
So Francesco, something else I thought of quickly in regards to the operator and the ability they have to learn the machinery quickly. It seems like nowadays it's ever more important to have as little errors as possible because the technology allows for this. So do you have the capability to remote into machinery? Your customer buys a machine, can he get records of his progress and his processes to eliminate the errors?
Yes, absolutely. All our equipment can be connected through the internet, and our engineers can connect to the machine from all over the world. So our engineers here in Chicago can connect to the equipment, but also our engineers from our parent company can connect to the equipment in real time at any moment. And they can do, if any software modification is needed, they can do it, troubleshooting, they can get information about any alarm, they can get information about the motors, even the temperature of the motors, if there is any motor that is overheating, for example. And not only that, but because because the equipment are connected to the internet, also our clients can benefit from this. So we have an app that the client can download, like the plant manager, production manager, maintenance manager, owner of the company can download an app on their laptop, on their tablet, on their smartphone, and they can get real-time information about production, about any alarm, about number of cases that were produced yesterday. So all this information can always be available and can be downloaded and analyzed by them.
Yeah, I know a lot of the mills operate and they measure their efficiency. I mean, if this app can measure their efficiency for them, this is very valuable because that's how they're all judged. So excellent. Thank you very much. And I know you wanted to mention something about a new piece of equipment that you're coming out with. You want
Yes. We are now launching our Win line. It's a interfolding line for quarter folded product.
Okay.
And another great innovation we recently developed is our antimicrobial additive. We developed that with a supplier, with one of our suppliers, and basically we can apply this additive during the converting process. So it can be applied to the tissue while we're converting it in facial, in towel, in napkin, and what it allows the product, the final product, so the napkin or the facial tissues or the towel, to be antimicrobial. So that means that microbes, they cannot reproduce themselves when they get in touch with the napkin, with the towel.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we find this very important. We know with COVID, there is a bigger consciousness about hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
And so we wanted to offer the market something that can help them in this direction.
Yeah, and as we come out of COVID here, hopefully sooner than later, we're gonna see a lot of different habits than we did prior to 2020. And these habits are, I'm telling you, they're here to stay. People are way more conscious about their health and their safety in general. And this antimicrobial product is going to be, I believe, very, very popular. And so you have the option to offer these to manufacturers. And I believe there's going to be a demand for that product. So that's excellent for your new piece of equipment.
Thank you.
Francesco, I thank you so much for your time. I think it was very informative. Obviously, this is a shorter segment, and we encourage people to go visit your website. If you want to go ahead and give a plug to your website.
www.ometamericasInc.com.
Okay, awesome. And people can get a hold of you there, see more of your machinery. Follow the OMET LinkedIn page. There's a lot of postings happening there on their LinkedIn page. So once again, Francesco, thank you so much for your time, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Brian. Nice talking to you.
Likewise. Have a good one.
Thank you.